Okay.
Hey, everybody.
Good morning, you guys.
Good morning, guys.
I'm so sorry we're running late. That was totally my bad. I was trying to get my tea ready and run around. So
Saturday.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah. How you guys
Hopefully
doing?
you guys haven't been waiting too long.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Happy Saturday. Woo.
Happy. What is today? The
Today's
17th of April.
Of April.
Gosh, this month flew by.
Wow.
But you guys are
my
probably seeing some beautiful plants and flowers coming into bloom in your yard. So
yeah.
it's just, I mean, we're just in awe every day. It's always so fun this time of year.
We've got some plants and flowers right here.
Yes, we do.
We've got some Grape Hyacinths. We're going to talk about those in a little bit.
We love those. I know, they're so beautiful.
We're going to talk about a lot of things today.
Yeah,
so.
you know, we're, so we're post our daily series, which a lot of you, we so appreciate and are so thankful for you guys. So we just want to say that right off the bat.
Thank you.
Because without you guys, I don't know if we would have been driven to stay with a daily video for an entire year.
No, big goal.
365 days, you guys.
Big milestone, guys.
And we kind of missed a few days here and there, but we never missed the number of days that we were counting.
Yeah,
right?
we did a total of 365 videos. Oh my God.
I know. I'm still like shocked about it.
It's crazy.
What's cool is that now we're moving forward and we're so excited. Nothing's really going to change that much. We're just not numbering our videos anymore.
And they're not going to be, there's going to be a slight change up in how we roll out the videos, but it's not going to change from trying to teach you all sorts of different things and give you great advice and show you how we do it in our garden and how you can do it too.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. We're so excited to move forward. We're going to be posting our schedule soon in case, some of you like to see that. But we're always going to be here for Saturday Lives at 9 a.m. and we've decided to kind of theme them out a little bit. So today we're talking about moon gardens.
Wow, moon gardens.
So it's kind of a cool idea to like create a garden in your space that blooms at night or
it just showcases the flowers at night. You can actually see them in the moonlight when all the other flowers you can't really see because it's dark out, right?
No, it's so fun.
With the moon, they actually glow. In that moonlight.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about different plants and examples and how to create one and maybe like just different ideas for how you can use that kind of space around you.
Yeah, how to design it. We've got our own ideas and it's kind of funny
how... ours kind of differ just a little bit.
It's funny to think about between us how we think about moon gardens. So anyway, so that's our main topic today. So but we've got some questions we're going to answer too. Some really great questions that came in just this last week. And if you're out there and you're watching and we haven't gotten back to you on your question or even your comment on any of the videos, we're sorry we haven't gotten back to you yet. It's been extremely busy for us. We're gonna get back to you. We're gonna respond to you. So just hey, there was light.
Sorry about that.
Oops, my fault. But we're gonna get back to you on those questions. Okay, so just stay tuned. We will get back to you on those.
Yeah, we're slowly getting caught up. I know it's like kind of been a whirlwind, but you guys, good morning to you though. Cheers to Sean and his coffee and me and my tea.
Her tea.
Hi to Real Jingy. Hi to Jay Harrison. Thank you guys for being here.
Jay.
So glad. We'd love to hear from you and hear how you're doing and what kind of projects you're working on, in your spaces. And are you sowing any seeds? Are you putting things out in the garden yet?
Yeah. What are you getting out there? Are you doing a lot of perennials, a lot of annuals, any bulbs? I mean, what are you doing? Let's hear about it. And
I don't know if Sherry's here yet, but I know you mentioned you had a huge order from Proven Winners that came last week. So we'd love to hear how that's been going this past week.
We need an update, Sherry.
We want an update. I know. We have a pretty big order coming next week at some point. We have a few. When you order plants online, they don't all ship right when you want them, right? Because they're not ready to ship yet.
And you're buying ahead of time to ship months later.
I know,
usually,
it's weird.
Especially in this case and this year.
It's like we kind of forgot what we ordered. Yeah. I mean, you can look at your receipt, but we have a bunch of things coming, like starting next week, all the way out through like July.
Yep, we've got some
they'll come earlier than that.
We know we have some beautiful plants coming, so that in itself is exciting. So
it's like we want to know.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out. So it's fun. So anyway,
we'd love to hear from you guys. How you doing? And just let us drop a note or say hi in the chat if you haven't already, or let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, and
anything about your garden.
Yeah, and also if you're having like unseasonably weather, I'm looking this way because our window's this way to the front yard, and I'm just looking outside. It's like bright sunny here. It's almost 60 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning. In mid-April here.
Which is weird for us.
Warm. It's supposed to get about 80 here today.
I know. We're like,
and
wow, okay.
It's unseasonably warm for us and been dry. Oh my God, we have to go out in the month of April and water and we've never really had to do that before. It's always been rain, rain. You know, April showers bring May flowers. Well, that's been so true here in the Pacific Northwest for years.
We always have rain in April.
Yeah. So for now, we've got to actually go out and water today.
We have about 2 straight weeks of just dry, hot weather, and we're like, okay, that's different. But
are we in the Southwest
I mean, our
now?
rain barrel is empty.
Yeah.
Which is a huge telling sign right now. So we have to, supplement it with.
We have places around here where the grass is actually already starting to go dormant. It never usually does that until after the 4th of July around here.
Yeah, really, I know.
Yeah, so I mean, we're way ahead of schedule.
I know some of you watching, we know, are in way hotter climates than we are. So you're probably like, whatever, you guys. It's 90 here today.
It's normal for us.
Which is sounds amazing, by the way. But for us, we're like, whoa.
Yeah, we're not used to this.
This is really hot. So anyway, we're going to be out in our garden later today. We've got a lot of little projects to tackle. So Jay Harrison said she just bought some red impatient seeds. So that sounds awesome.
That sounds great.
So of course our next question is, what are you going to do with them? Are you putting them in containers? You're going to put them in the ground?
Yeah, you're going to be along a border underneath some evergreens. I mean, I can remember my mom would plant those on the shady side of the garden in the backyard, and she'd plant them underneath the rhodies. We had tons of rhododendrons. Yeah. She would plant them just as an edge on the other side of the grass, just past the grass in the bed, underneath the rhodies, and it was just beautiful. That's lush green.
That sounds beautiful. It really set off the rhodies too. What color were the rhodies?
The rhodies were pink, red, white. I mean, it was all over the place. So, but yeah, that was my favorite. One of my mom's favorite plants.
Rhododendrons are like our state plant here in Washington. We have lots of native ones, but a lot of them were brought in from Japan.
Oh yeah, all over Asia, all over the world. Rhododendrons
they're beautiful.
Are from around the whole world. You can find species everywhere. So
it's a cool plant.
Yeah, really.
So they're coming into bloom in our yard. We'll show you guys because we have my grandparents. Some of you know that we bought my grandparents' house, and so we're kind of tending to their old established garden while adding all of our own new plants. So it's kind of like multiple gardens going on. It's kind of, it's fun. But they planted so many beautiful rhodies and azaleas in like every color of the rainbow.
We have a multi-generational garden.
We do. Yes, we definitely do. But wow, we've got lots of comments coming in. So good morning, Sherry. How are you?
Good morning, Sherry. Yeah,
Glad
you
you're
made
here.
it.
Andrea B, good morning to you.
Hi, Andrea.
And Andrea says she's really excited to hear about moon garden ideas. So
awesome.
We are so excited to talk about these as well.
This is going to be fun.
This is going to be fun. And we would love to have you guys shout out to us too. Do you have a moon garden in your own, on your yard somewhere? What do you know about moon gardens?
Yeah, do you already have plants that are your moon garden?
I know, that's fun.
Yeah, totally.
Jay Harrison's putting red impatiens are going in a shady entryway across from red-green caladiums that are starting to emerge.
Oh, that sounds
That's going to be gorgeous. Good job. Oh, man. Wow. That sounds, I wish you guys could send us photos.
I know.
Because we want to see. So, I don't know. We'll have to figure out. I guess you could always email us, Sean and Allison at spokengarden.com anytime. Anytime. It's so kind of one way here sometimes, you know?
Yeah, it feels like it. We're trying to get better. We're trying to figure out ways to make it more interactive and not just, like Allison said, a one-way type of communication. We want to hear back.
I know. I mean, thank goodness for the chat and the comments. We're thankful that we're able to communicate with you guys that way.
Totally.
And a lot of you do email us on the side, so we really appreciate that and seeing photos and any questions you have or whatever. So we're just excited. So... Yep.
We're here to talk about gardening.
We as you know, and all of you out there as well, we're all plant enablers. We all are of each other. So
plant enablers unite.
Because you can't have too many plants.
That's right.
Or coneflowers.
Or anything.
Because we love coneflowers.
Any kind of plant.
Okay, so again, keep letting us know how things are going. Chime in on the chat anytime, but we're going to roll into some questions, right?
Yes, sweet.
Are you ready for this?
Q&A.
See if I can read Sean's handwriting.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, so recently in the last 2 weeks, I think it was, we filmed a Grape Hyacinth plant chat. Because every Friday we highlight one plant. And we're going to keep that going, by the way. We love those. So we had a really good question from Lisa Hay.
Excuse me.
Thank you for your question. When is a good time to cut them back? And explain dividing and transplanting. I have masses of them that aren't... Wait, what is this? That went crazy. Sorry.
That went crazy.
Trying to read Sean's handwriting. I have masses of them that went crazy this year. It's getting overcrowded, and some seem to have jumped the walkway and are growing places where they didn't grow before. So I'd like to move some to other places in my yard and wondering when it's ideal to do that.
Great question.
So
Lots of great questions.
Hyacinths. So we've got grape hyacinth transplanting, cutting them back, dividing. I mean, it's just kind of like plant care, basically.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
So here we go. Great question. Thank you, Lisa
Hale.
Thank you, Lisa Hale, for asking that question. That's super awesome. I know a lot of people have the same question.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
So yeah, brought this in from the garden, from the deck in the backyard. Beautiful grape hyacinth.
Look at those.
Really healthy, just kind of just overflowing, doing its thing. Super awesome. So when to cut them back? I think that was the first question.
Yeah.
When to cut them back? You can cut the flowers back once they're done flowering, and you just cut the flower stem down as far as you want to go, like right here. Do you see that right here? Cut it back as far as you want to go, and then and so it'll be hidden with all this lush green growth, still all the leaves, and that's fine. But these leaves are still green. Don't cut the leaves back yet. Keep the green, and that's because even though the plant is done flowering, you might have heard us say this before. Even though the plant is done flowering, it's still photosynthesizing, and so it's gone through its biological reproduction cycle, which is good. That's healthy for any plant, any organism. And then it's still photosynthesizing to still bring that light energy back down to its storage, its storage container, its bulb, and so it can get that energy to then be ready and go dormant and be ready for next year, and to bring all this lush new growth next year, and to hopefully produce more bulbs down here to even make, in this case, this pot even fuller and have more flowers. So when the flower dies, cut it back, but don't cut the green. Wait for those green leaves to also wither and turn brown and die back down to the ground. Then you can cut them down at the ground, and then they go dormant, and you're good to go for the rest of the year until next year. Now, about the transplanting and kind of controlling and thinning them out. Really, you want to let grape hyacinth, or any bulb really, go through its reproduction cycle. That's great. If you can't wait, then you can still do this. But what I would suggest you do is wait for the bulbs, even in this mass that you have, Lisa. Go ahead and wait for them to stop blooming, and the flowers wither. Then go in so you can still see the bulb. You can still see where they come down.
Oh, that's true.
You can see the
Maybe
cluster. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see.
So
because they come up in a cluster, right?
Yep. They come up in little clusters here. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see. Here's one right here. See how they how that comes up right there? So what you do is you go around, find that cluster, go down, find the bulb, remove it. And if you have a mass of these, Lisa, go ahead and remove whole clumps if you want to. I mean, and that would make it a lot easier. If you're using a shovel and you're just going to do like a major removal of certain clumps in this big overcrowded area, you might hit a couple of the bulbs with the shovel. That's okay, because it sounds like it got a lot of them.
Yeah, it sounds like they spread.
Yeah, it sounds like they've spread out. So if you hit a couple with the shovel, no big deal. Some attrition, that's perfectly fine. You're going to lose some, but that's okay. And then take that mass of green that you still see, and then take that and go plant it somewhere else, perfectly fine. The plants are still going to photosynthesize once you dig them up and transplant them. They're going to be slightly stressed because you've removed them from their wonderful home that they're nice and comfortable in to a new home. There's going to be some stress, but they're still going to photosynthesize. So just put them back, put them in their new home in the ground, and let them be. They'll die back to the ground eventually. The green will die back, and then just cut that to the ground, and you're good to go. So that's how I would handle that. If you can't wait and this mass overcrowded planting is just driving you crazy, and sometimes this happens in our gardens, things just drive us nuts and we just got to do it now. You don't have to wait till they're done blooming. Go in and grab them, take a chunk out, and go put them and spread them to new parts of your garden.
So you're saying you can do that any time of year, but the best time of year to do it would be when you can see them.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Yes.
But maybe after they're done blooming, because
yeah, you want to enjoy the flowers.
Unless you don't care and you just want to move them.
And that's what I mean. If it's driving you crazy, just get in there and do it. But you want to still transplant them while you can see them. Now you can wait till the green dies back and you still have it withered down. They withered down to the ground, the leaves have. And you can go in and transplant them then. That's perfectly fine as long as you can see them.
Yeah.
If you go in and you let them wither down and they die for the year, and you cut them and then you want to transplant them, you're going to be hunting around, and it's going to be a little bit harder to find them and to know where you're taking them out and how it's going to look. next year with missing clumps and new areas where it's going to go. So it's easier to when you have something to see.
That's a lot of really good advice. I mean, what's cool is this kind of like the advice that you gave about dividing, transplanting, that kind of applies to all bulbs.
It does.
And as far as like letting the green die back, that also is like, for your daffodils, your tulips.
Yep.
Now, we completely sympathize, Lisa, because we have grape hyacinth that pop up everywhere. Like we're finding them in random spots around the yard where we've moved soil or mulch and little bulbs. We're in that mix, and they're popping up in random spots in our backyard.
Yeah.
We don't mind so much because they're not overcrowding, but the overcrowding, I can see where you'd want to like take care of that.
And especially since it's jumped a walkway.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's you know what? We would take that probably as a compliment to say that you have really great soil and you're taking care and watering them really well. So you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
So good stuff.
That's good. So Lisa, we hope that was helpful. And if you have any more questions, we'll make sure and comment back if we haven't already. And let us know if you need any more help on that.
Totally. Yeah, great question.
Yeah, that's great. Woo-hoo. Okay. And if you guys have any other questions, those of you that are here or watching later, just let us know. Either comment in the chat or in the comment section. Okay. All right.
Yeah, totally. Woohoo.
So this is fun. This came from an old video we did last summer, fall-ish, where we did kind of a series where we highlighted tools every Saturday before we did our lives.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Remember, we went through like tons and tons of different kinds of garden tools, lots of reviews.
You keep talking. I'm going to go get them.
So, okay. So if you guys have ever used, Sean's going to go grab them so you can see them, but we had some knee pads that were sent to us by Corona Tools because Corona kind of partners with Bergen & Ball, which is a UK company, and they have all kinds of other products. So they sent us some garden knee pads to try out. And let me tell you, they're awesome, you guys. They really are comfortable. They're, they just protect your knee and they cradle it. And so if you're down doing a lot of things on your knees, these we highly recommend. So he's back.
I'm back, Jackets.
So we're talking about Bergen & Ball knee pads. Nilo. Nilo is the...
It's the brand.
Pad.
It's the pad.
Okay,
it's the name of the product.
So we had a question about this. Somebody watched this video, which is so cool, and the name is Old School Prepper.
Yep.
So thank you for your question. I'm a deep mulch gardener, and I find knee pads are a must since I'm over 50 and those darn ships hurt.
They do.
I'm in need of some new pads, hence why I'm here. Do you still love these knee pads?
Heck yeah, we do.
We do.
Great question too, because everybody's got, you get a little bit older, your joints hurt a little bit more, you get a little bit more sore, a little bit easier, and so along with that, you want to protect your body.
Yeah.
And so these are awesome because these are gel.
They're really squishy and soft, and they just they're
these are awesome.
You can use these in the house. We use them. I pretty much really only use these when we have weeds that come up in our driveway.
Yeah, that's where I've used them exclusively.
It's
really,
kind of a concrete pad that has some cracks. And
these are tough because we're on concrete. These you literally just go all over the place on your knees on concrete with these. I've done that, and they hold up really well. They're tough. I mean, they're not even all scratched up or anything. I mean, these are awesome, and we've used these out in our mulch.
Yeah, the mulch would help because they are sharp pieces. They also have a knee pad that that has a little handle on it, so you can just carry it around with you. So if you don't want to wear these around,
big flat pad with a handle.
Yeah, those are helpful.
Yeah.
These Velcro around your leg, 2 different spots here. So Old School Prepper, highly recommend these. Yep. I think there's a link in our video for that.
Yes.
For this product. So if you need to find those, or you can find them on Amazon.
Yes.
So
and these are great too if you're transplanting, especially this time of year. If you're transplanting or weeding, put these on because basically, you put your kneecap right here in the hole, and you wouldn't think, well, wait a minute, that's what I'm trying to protect, right? Well, put them on that way, and then notice when you go down and you're on your knees, your kneecap's not being ground into the ground. It's the area right below it. That's where you're putting all your pressure, and that's what Bergen & Ball have done. They've actually engineered these specifically to protect where you're actually on your knees. And so this is really good. This is a great product.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Woo-hoo.
So great question. It's always fun to talk about tools and stuff and supplies.
Yeah, especially stuff that works well.
I know.
There's some stuff out there that doesn't.
Yeah, and we're authentic with you guys. If it doesn't work, we're going to let you know. But these we like.
Yep.
So, okay, next question. Moving along.
Question.
And you guys, please, if we're, I know we get rambling about things because we get excited, but let us know if you have any, questions or comments while you're watching, if anything pops up. Okay, Gladiolus plant chat. So we're having a lot of Gladiolus questions still coming in because we all love them. There was an episode with you guys a couple weeks ago where we were just all excited about glads, and Sean and I placed an order like a couple days after that.
Oh, yeah.
We have 80 glad bulbs coming, and they should be here I think we have them already.
I think we have them.
We haven't opened them.
They came. Yeah.
So you guys, we're still excited about those.
Yep, they came.
So a question from, I apologize if I mispronounced your name, Tangala Suresh said, nice video. Thank you.
Thank you.
Could you give me any tips? I have planted the corms in a pot, and I see 3 to 5 shoots coming out of one corm. What am I supposed to do? I'd really like your help. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question, too, because...
Oh, you have one.
Yeah, I went and dug one up just now.
Cool.
And so, went and
there you go.
dug this up just before we started here. This is a gladiolus bulb, gladiolus corm. And so, just so you know, here's the bottom. And you can see the roots kind of coming out. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. Kind of, there you go. Yeah, see the roots coming out there on the top? And then if I do this, here's the tip of this bulb. And the reason you're seeing a tip, a lot of times on corms, they might not have a tip. There's a good chance they're not gonna have a tip. They'll have either a flat top or it'll be concave.
I'm used to that.
There's like a little basin almost on the top, and it's like, what the heck is going on? Which side is up and which side is down? The reason we're seeing this right now is because these are, you can see this is like robust, huge.
Yeah, it's big.
It's getting ready to pop. So it's already going through part of it's starting its growth cycle. But I think when we bought these last year, there was more of a concave piece.
Yeah,
now,
it was definitely indented.
Now the cool thing is if I turn this upside down, this right here, this shriveled up piece, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's like a shriveled up flat piece on the bottom of this. That's the old bulb from last year. It's all shriveled up. It went through its reproduction cycle, and then it produced this big fat progeny on top. And so the roots are still coming out here. It's got the new roots right there, radially right there. It's looking good. So yeah. So for the question, sounds interesting.
I know. I don't understand. I've never seen our glads haven't done that yet. Where you have, I don't know. Maybe has this ever happened to you guys? Because the question was, he's seeing 3 to 5. Or they're seeing 3 to 5 shoots coming out of one corm?
Yeah, and that's interesting because as far as we know, you're going to get one shoot out of a gladiolus bulb. But it's not to say, and I responded already to this question online, but it's not to say that there aren't gladiolus bulbs out there that could have multiple stems coming out of them. I mean, anything is really possible. Plants are amazing. They surprise us every year. I mean, we go out in our yard and we're like, did we plant that or we planted that? That doesn't look like that. I mean, we have a seed mix outside. Side note, we have a seed mix outside that we've had out there for like 3 years now.
Yeah, at least 3.
And it's a spurge. What is that one? It's supposed to be red, but I can't remember.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
It's the red flowered one that's supposed to be orange.
Oh, I believe it's a Siberian wallflower.
Yes.
Yeah.
Siberian wallflower. We got the seed mix. It's supposed to be orange flowered. Well, there's a whole bunch of red ones, and that wasn't in the seed mix. So the plant itself has naturalized in our area, and because it keeps coming back every year, and it's an annual, and so, but it's actually got a new flower color that we did not know that it could do, and it's crazy. So again, plants are amazing, and they surprise us all the time, and so it wouldn't surprise me somewhere out there if there's a gladiolus bulb that actually can have more than one shoot. But to say we're not familiar with any that are out there right now.
I've never seen that happen.
So it's possible.
Has that? I know. I really want to know. Have you guys ever seen that? Have you ever had a bulb produce multiples? Because we're used to the glads. Yeah, they come up and they're huge.
One big stem.
And it's just flowers going up the stem.
Yep. Totally. And so my response to Suresh.
No, Tangala. Sorry.
Tangala. My response to Tangala was, not that they don't know what they're looking at, but is it possible that they might be looking at the bottom of the bulb? Because again, that's why I prefaced this earlier with the top and the bottom. Which one is which? Well, if you don't see the roots coming out, especially on a corm, both sides look kind of flat when they're dormant. You know, even this side, it looks more flat, not with this tip. So my response is maybe you could be possibly looking at the bottom and you're seeing these shoots come out that are really roots, and you possibly are looking at the bottom. But the thing to do, if you're not sure, something that you can do is don't worry about top or bottom, or top or bottom. Look at it this way. Take the bulb and put it on its side. And you got like 50-50 chance of this side going up or going down and this side going up or going down. And this takes some of the worry out of it. Of course, you want to place it and orient it correctly when you plant them. That just goes without saying. But if you don't know and things are starting to happen on the bulb and you're just like, I got to plant it before it starves itself and dies, go ahead and plant it on its side. It's worth a try. If you're not sure, do it like this. You know, this would be going up and this would be going down, and you're going to see what happens. And hopefully it'll come up with the new stem. It might try and reorient itself over time, but you know, this will at least give you a chance to let the plant live.
That's cool.
So anyway.
Okay, and we that was great. I hope that was helpful.
Hope so.
For our town gala. Kim Matlock, good morning.
Oh,
Wanted to
Kim.
say hi to you.
Hi, Kim.
And she has a bunch of, it says, I'm Glad's ready to plant. A little nervous about them because I've never grown them before, but I'm hopeful. So Glads are so beautiful. You're going to have a great time with them. Let us know if you have any planting questions or anything. We have lots of Glads around our yard, and I know a lot of you in the audience love Glads because we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
You know, for us, Glads are pretty easy. Yeah. It's basically get them in the ground and then just water them. And within a couple weeks after planting them, you're going to see them come up and they're just going to shoot straight up. And they're going to be so beautiful.
I know,
so,
that's
yeah.
So yeah, let us know.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so, okay, moving on. Okay, so this is on a video that we, how to overwinter fuchsia baskets. And the question was, did the fuchsia survive the winter successfully? How is it doing now? This is kind of a big fail on our part.
Yeah, big.
Little bit of a thumbs down.
Yeah.
We thought we were.
Well, we didn't realize
forgot about it.
We did. We forgot about it, and we didn't realize. We did know what we were doing, but we just didn't do it.
It's totally that. It's like total human error. Like we knew what we needed to do. We talked about it. We filmed it. We were so like fine with our, with how we started the process,
It's too bad.
It got shoved kind of back in our garage. We forgot, and we didn't water it.
And we didn't water it, and you're supposed to water them at least once a month. Keep them moist. Keep the soil slightly moist, and then we set it on the ground. We set it on the cold concrete. So it got really cold this winter.
That was a big, why did we do that? That was the only thing that we did.
I mean, cold air, descends, warmer rises. We should have put it up on a shelf, at least in the garage, in a nice, dark, dry place. But we should have put it up on one of the shelves or the benches.
We forgot, you guys.
We just didn't. So
we totally forgot.
It didn't make it.
So I'm so hopeful. I have it out. I know it's not coming back, but I still keep babying it and hoping to see some green. But yeah. The good news is we took at least 10 cuttings off of that fuchsia last year, and we have 6 of them that are thriving.
Yep.
So if anything, at least we have 6 beautiful new fuchsia plants coming in.
Yep, we've got 6 clones.
I know.
So
they're all looking good. They got a little bit of aphid damage, but we're taking care of that.
And later on this next week, we're gonna actually talk to you and show you how to pinch it.
Oh, right.
Once you get them in the basket, you're gonna want them to expand and grow out, not up. And we're gonna explain all this to you to plant your own fuchsia basket with starts or cuttings, and how to get them to grow over and not really up. So,
I love that. That was an audience question, so we thought that's a great idea.
Totally.
So if you need help with that, definitely stay tuned. That'll probably be in the next few days or so.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so let's do one more. I know we're kind of going over what we usually do. So from 5 easy edging ideas to keep mulch in place, a video that we filmed last year. This is from Linda Andrade. I have a lawn that lines asphalt curbing, and the grass always dries out in that area in the summer. Do you think the last barrier you showed would help keep the grass from drying out?
So, and this is a really good question. This happens.
What was the last barrier?
So I had to watch it because we made it about almost a year ago.
No, we did 5 different examples.
So the last barrier to keep mulch in place was that plastic, that thin plastic, the sheets that come in, they've got the flat top, and then you just basically, they come in section sheets, and they're only so high, and you can lock them together as they go along, and you just take a rubber mallet and set it, and then just pound it in, and it's got the serrated edge to go down into the ground. And so that was the last one we used. So the thing to think about here, is it Linda?
Well, it's, okay, go ahead.
So the thing to think about here, Linda, is that whatever edge you might use, it's probably not going to stop what's going on with your grass up against that concrete. The thing that first comes to my mind about this question and about what's going on is basically you've got an edge of grass up against hot concrete.
I was just thinking, yeah.
You know, it's concrete. Depending on where you live, it could be hot. It might not be too hot. But concrete accumulates heat over the day, whether it's a cloudy day or a sunny day. It accumulates heat. That heat is radiated throughout the rest of the day and through the night. So what's going on is you might be watering the heck out of your lawn, but what's going on is that heat is being radiated back, not just up, but it's radiated out. And that heat is actually radiated out towards the grass right up next to it. If this is the grass and here's your concrete, the heat is being radiated out here. It's keeping that area next to it of grass warm. It's keeping it actively growing, and it's basically starting to dry it out. And so it's kind of a touchy situation with how to make this better. The thing that I can think of is you're probably watering on a regular basis, which is awesome because you want nice, lush green grass, and you've got it on a schedule, which is great. These are assumptions I'm making. What you can do to help keep water in those areas is get to the soil. Think about it at the soil level and increase the soil moisture holding capacity in that area. And a way to do that is to lay down and top dress that area. And depending on how far back the grass goes from that concrete edge, use that dryness edge as your guide and amend that soil with some compost or some type of organic matter that's going to hold on and help the soil underneath there hang on to the moisture a lot longer. And all you need to do, if you don't want to dig it all up and make it look kind of
like messy and kind of.
Yeah, if you don't want to make it look messy and you don't want to have to basically redo the lawn there, go ahead and leave the lawn where it's at, top dress it right over that area, maybe about an inch, maybe half an inch thick. When I'm saying top dressing, it's basically taking material and laying it over that area of the grass, only so thick so you don't completely cover the grass, so the grass is still poking through and still able to grow in that area. But lay down half inch, maybe an inch worth of organic material, some type of really great compost. And what's going to happen is when you put that down and you continually water it over time, it's going to self-filter down by gravity and that water through the soil, and it's actually going to increase your soil holding capacity, your water holding capacity in that soil. And that will help with this problem. Now, if this continually happens over many years, then there could be something else going on underneath the soil, and you won't know until you dig underneath there, or you know the construction history of the area. So that is my quick fix for you to take care of this drying out along that concrete edge.
So don't add another barrier that's going to retain that heat and then radiate it back, because that's what that barrier would do. That because the one we have it's plastic and it's black.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be your best solution. But I like that's really good.
Adding something else there, like another barrier, isn't going to take care of it. What's going to take care of it is increasing that soil moisture holding capacity, keeping the moisture in the soil longer when the hot times of year come and that concrete is still radiating that heat. You're going to have moisture there to help dissipate this drying out effect.
Okay, yeah, great answer. So you guys, with that'll be it for this week for questions, because we need to get into our main topic, because I know some of you are here for moon gardens.
Moon gardens?
I'm sorry, we get, we love doing questions.
Yeah, so it's fun.
Please keep them coming. We're really thankful for you guys just reaching out to us and asking questions. So thank you.
And thank you guys so much. And a little preface here too, or just something to say. These are ways that we take care of things or how we approach things. It's not to say it's the only way to do it. There's a lot of different ways to do a lot of different things to help with all these issues and problems and things going on. So just keep an open mind when you're reading through any articles or anything. Be willing to try new things. Yeah, so anyway.
Okay, yeah, that's great advice. Okay, so moon gardens.
Moon gardens.
It's kind of a thing that has, I mean, probably people have been doing this for a long time, but it seems like it's kind of been trendy the last few years, like moon gardens. That just sounds cool. Moon gardens can be anything you really want them to be, but they kind of fit some certain criteria. So moon gardens would, okay, so let's just get started, right?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Here we go.
Let's
moon
do
gardens.
this.
Yeah.
Moon gardens, woohoo!
So to have a moon garden, it would be filling a garden space with plants that bloom at night. So that is a really cool feature of a plant because we don't think about it. A, we're not usually outside. B, we can't really see them. And, C, it's just like you don't really, I don't know, you just don't think to look for plants that bloom at night.
Yeah, and also it's not just plants that only bloom at night, but they bloom just continuously. So they're blooming in the day, but they stay blooming in the nighttime, and they have that flower open to then be able to be seen from the moonlight.
Totally.
Now, and Allison's definitely talking about a specific group of plants that actually open at night.
They literally open at night.
Yeah, they kind of close up in the day, or they're not fully open during the day, and then at nighttime they just bloom and they're just blossoming. They're just awesome, and you can really see them from the moonlight.
Okay, so a couple examples, and we'll show more about this in a minute, or talk more about. But a moonflower. There's a specific vining climbing plant called a moonflower, and it actually opens up at night.
Beautiful.
And gives off a scent.
Oh, yeah.
So we have it in our possession. We had it last year, and we weren't able to grow it because we didn't have anywhere to put it.
Nope.
So we're definitely growing that this year, and we cannot wait for that. Another one would be evening primrose.
Yes, evening primrose.
That's a night bloomer. Or maybe there's a winter, or not winter, isn't there a night blooming, not gardenia, what am I thinking? Jasmine.
Might be,
yeah.
That could be.
Night blooming jasmine.
Yeah.
So plants that open at night, plants that reflect the moonlight, and that's, hence the name moon garden. So we're talking white flowered flowers
or
and
white,
silver.
Yeah, white tinged. There's different shades of the white flowers out there. That might be a little on the green side, the yellower side.
Even a light pink, maybe?
Pink, yeah, and like Allison said, a little bit silver. So, but anything with that whitish tinge to it, it's gonna more than likely reflect the moonlight.
Oh, cool.
And it's just beautiful.
It's so cool. So on a really, like a full moon night or a bright sun or a bright moonlight, you can actually see these kind of glowing in the landscape. So another kind of option for moon garden is just plants that have like a silver or a gray foliage. So all of these are meant to either appear to us at night or to attract night pollinators.
Yes.
So that's kind of the main thing with some of those flowers that open at night is that you're attracting moths, maybe bats. I don't know if you want to attract bats to your yard, or maybe you already have them. I think we have them, but we don't. Yeah. I've never seen one in our backyard.
Yeah, they're usually up towards the mountains, and we're not that close to a nest area to see them come out in the dusk. At dusk. So
it'd be actually kind of cool, though.
It'd be a little freaky at first, but it would be cool.
What's that?
So not only are moon gardens great for us, but they're great for wildlife and attracting different kinds of pollinators that you might not have otherwise. So yeah, it's really cool. And plus, go ahead. Well, it just adds a different level of interest to your garden. And we don't think of, a lot of us might not think of gardens as going out at night and enjoying them during the nighttime. We might think, well, it's at night, I can't see anything. Well, it's because you don't have a moon garden. If you had a moon garden, you could go out during the nighttime, have all your lights off, and see all these beautiful flowers.
I'm glad you said that. I was just thinking, because the goal is not to add a bunch of plants and then add more artificial light to it so you can see them. You don't want that artificial light. You want plants that are going to illuminate from the moon, or maybe other light sources potentially, but not adding that artificial light, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So so we have been talking a lot about this last week or so, because we're like, gosh, there's so many different ways you can use a moon garden, and there's so many benefits of having a moon garden. So should we?
Well, and set them up. How are you going to
create one?
Yeah, how are you going to create a moon garden? And both Allison and I, we think moon garden. Well, our minds literally go to the far spectrums from each other.
We kind of do. I know.
It's kind of fun.
Which is fun because we can kind of meld both together and try it out in the yard. But I guess for creating one, then a lot of people like to take one area, and this is kind of where my mind goes, is I want to have all of these beautiful either night bloomers or white plants, flowered plants, or like silver foliage kind of in one area. Yep. You know, I want to be able to look out at night and see like this swath of like white kind of glowing area, I guess. So that to me, that would mean taking like one area of your yard and planting everything in there. And that could include vertical climbing plants, things that trail, what have you.
Yep. I know, and it's funny because that's where
my mind
that's where she goes on that. Where I go is I don't want them all centralized. I want one over here. I want one over there. I want them kind of spread out so I can see all these glowing, beautiful plants and their flowers throughout the whole garden. And it's kind of funny. I want them all spread out, and Allison wants them all together.
I love that idea too, though. I'm not opposed to that.
Excuse me. It's just funny how our minds work and our likes and dislikes. You probably run across the same thing, and let us know in the chat too. When you think moon garden, are you thinking all together, spread out? Are you thinking something in the middle?
Patches,
yeah,
maybe.
Little patches. I mean, what do you think when you think moon garden?
So I know I would love to hear from you guys. As far as creating one, there's, in addition, I can't talk to, different ideas like that. Like, are you planning on putting it straight in the ground, or do you want to have it in containers? Because if you don't have the space in your garden for maybe a big patch of flowers, containers, you can absolutely create a moon garden in a container.
And if you don't have a yard, if you're in an apartment, a condo, a townhome, somewhere where you don't actually have a yard, you can still have a moon garden. It's in containers.
Yeah, I love that idea. I actually kind of want us to create that just for, kind of an experiment this year. Yeah. I want to put, have them in the ground, obviously, but also do a container.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Like a designated moon garden. Yeah. So we've got some great stuff coming in the chat. So
cool.
Pause on that, because we're coming right back to that.
Awesome.
Sherry said, I want to plant a moon garden, so that's cool.
Awesome.
Maybe we can all kind of idea share here.
Totally.
Real Jingy, glad you
Real
were
Jingy.
able to come back. How are you doing? Thank you for being here, and we're glad that you're here. And let's see, Delphina, good morning. Thank you for joining in.
Good morning.
Delphina said she's never considered the concept of night pollinators, so that's cool, right?
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
We don't think about it because we're not outside at night that often.
Yeah, our whole perception of the garden is, well, it's sunny out, it's during the day. Well, the garden's still out there during the night. It's just different things happen at night and different pollinators and critters come in.
Isn't that cool?
But we're never there,
we're
so
not there to see it.
we don't perceive that. We don't think about it. So yeah.
So creating that space that's beneficial for those kind of pollinators is just a cool idea. So that's awesome. Jay Harrison had some great ideas. If there was a dark driveway, a moon garden would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
It would really especially if you have kind of a clearing. It's not obstructed by maybe a lot of tree cover.
You could line it.
That'd
you
be
could
so cool.
Put them in patches along the driveway. That's a great idea.
And she was saying it'd be awesome to come home at night and be greeted with those blooms that kind of glow. Yeah. It reminds me of creating some of us have, I'm thinking of like those little solar lights, maybe around like lining pathways and whatnot. It would be like replacing those with like moonflowers.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Moon garden flowers, I should say.
That'd be great.
Isn't that cool?
Not only the flower color being illuminated by the moonlight, but then if you get something that's aromatic, that has a fragrance, and you're walking past it at night, that just gives everything a whole new feel.
Like a jasmine.
That sweet smell, and you're at night and you're out. You're in your beautiful garden. It's almost like it's a different kind of comfort.
That's so cool.
That's crazy.
I love that idea.
Yeah. Oh man.
I love these, you guys. Thank you for chiming in. Delphina was saying a moon garden might look good lining a pathway or a bed, and I love that idea too. That's kind of where my mind went, and then Sherry chimed in and said she's on the Alyssum train. Thank you, Sherry, and I think alike. I'd like to have them in groupings, and containers would be cool.
Cool.
So I love the idea of lining them along a pathway in a grouping. I think kind of combining those two ideas would be really fun.
That'd be great.
So and maybe you don't have that much space, so then that's where a container would fit in, and you could even do a couple containers. That'd be really cool. Oh, yeah. Kim Matlock, good morning. I planted a moon garden last year. Cool.
Oh, cool.
It was an all-white area, and I never realized a massive white really does glow at night. It's so beautiful. That's so cool.
That's fun.
We'd love to hear from you, Kim. Which plants and flowers did you have? And I'm assuming maybe that a lot of them are perennials, so they're coming back.
Hope so.
So we'd love to hear. What did you plant?
Yeah, totally.
What was in your moon garden?
Yeah, zinnias, jasmine.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
All of it.
And good morning, Dana. How are you?
Oh, morning, Dana.
We're so glad you're here.
All right.
Dana's saying, love my little dibby. Everyone, all you guys should, or all should have one. Yay, little dibby.
Thank you, Dana.
We'll talk more about that later if you want.
Yeah. Totes.
Sherry was saying she lined a circular driveway with a combo of Dusty Miller and purple verbena. Ooh, that sounds beautiful.
Yeah, totally.
The purple's vibrant in the day, and the Dusty looks great at night.
Oh yeah.
Dusty is such a cool plant. We love Dusty Miller. Yep. We've grown it from seed. We've gotten little starter plants.
Yeah, from like Home Depot or whatever. Yeah.
Watson's, our favorite nursery.
Yeah.
Dusty Miller, if you're not familiar, it's actually in the daisy family, which is cool.
Yep, it's very closely related to actually the Shasta daisies.
It's so interesting.
Yeah,
I know.
all the different daisies, and I mean I grew up with it. My mom used to plant that everywhere.
Love Dusty Miller.
And so it's full sun. It can take partial shade, but it'll take full sun, at least in our climate. And it can get kind of big if you just kind of let it go.
Yeah,
it'll get big.
Definitely.
So yeah. So anyway.
And it has that cool silvery gray foliage. And you know what's cool about Dusty Miller is it's kind of a sensory garden option too, because it kind of has that fuzzy, little bit of fuzziness to it, a little bit. So it's just a and the look of it.
It's so different. It's a very unique plant to have in your garden. And plus now you all know it glows in the dark.
It does, and it actually is considered one of the categories we're going to show you. It's a moon garden plant.
Yep. So with that, should we show some slides?
Yeah, let's do some slides. We've got some examples to show you. We tried not to go too slide heavy today, so we just got a couple.
Okay, so here we go. Boom.
So, I'll let you kind of gather some of these.
Okay,
these
yeah.
are beautiful.
So from Eden Brothers, we have two different seed sources for these plants. One's Eden Brothers, and you can see here, there's a lot of different plants that they literally call out in the plant descriptions online for each one of these plants, where it's a great addition to your moon garden, or to be used to build a moon garden. And there's the Lilliput white zinnias.
Oh, those are so cute.
And if you're not familiar with these Lilliput zinnias, they're teeny tiny. I mean, they're just, if you think of Lilliputs, I think there's a story behind that, and it's basically everything's teeny tiny Lilliput, but it's
cute.
But they're probably no bigger than maybe a quarter or maybe a $50 coin. They're tiny for a zinnia. They're tiny, and they're just beautiful little flowers. Well, they come in white.
I would love to grow white. Okay, we might have to put that in our order.
Yeah, and there's also a zinnia cactus snowman.
I know, those are gorgeous.
So it's a cactus zinnia type of flower. It's a specific type of zinnia flower, but it's called snowman because it's so white. And isn't that beautiful?
It's so beautiful. I love just the shape of it.
Yeah. And just to show you, there's a wide range of things going on here for plants that you can get for your for a moon garden. There's something called a Clary sage white swan that's on the left-hand side. Yeah, left-hand side there. Yeah, it's beautiful, and look at it. It's got spikes of white that come up. And can you imagine that? Can you imagine any of these plants in the moonlight, glowing out in your garden at night, and you're just looking out there and you're just like, oh my God.
Well, like white astilbe would be an awesome substitute for that.
Yeah, do we have that?
We don't have astilbe,
no, we
but
don't
you
have
can
it up here, but
usually find that everywhere.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just amazing to think of all these different flowers like this, and to think of looking at them at night. It's fun. So also in the center of the slide there, Aster, Peony, Duchess, white.
That looks pretty.
These are asters. These are aster flowers. They're just pure white flowers, and they're big, they're huge, and they're just beautiful. And then also there's a Marguerite double white, and I saw that and I'm like, I saw the picture before I saw the name, and I'm like, is that a carnation?
It kind of looks like a dianthus.
Yes, yeah. It's just like, what? But no, it's a Marguerite double white type of flower. It's beautiful. And then also, as Allison already mentioned too, white pale evening primrose.
That is so gorgeous.
Far right side of the slide there. Yeah, and so this is a plant that it literally blooms in the evening. It's something that actually opens up and blooms in the evening, and it's just beautiful. These are gorgeous plants, you guys.
I really love the sage.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got some new plants on our list here. I don't know where we're going to put them, but the Lilliput white zinnias, I think, would be just awesome along a pathway.
Yeah, more zinnias, please.
Anything
zinnias.
We're growing too many zinnias, but you can never have too many.
I think our Eden Brothers order is growing. It's growing.
Here. But that Clary sage white swan, everybody's chiming in. Andrew's like, I have to have that. And Jay Harrison's like, that's awesome. I need to check into that.
Woohoo!
So you guys, I'm going to pop an Eden Brothers link up here because we all want that plant.
Oh, yeah. No, you guys, yeah, these are so beautiful, and you know, it's fun to find these plants like this. I'm going to take that off. You know, it's fun to find these plants and get excited about it because, you know, it's just something new we can add to get even more enjoyment and have more fun with our gardens. So, yeah, it's fun. And it just kind of gives me a little charge there to see everybody so excited about it. You know, I'll put that back up. Maybe I'll put that back up so everybody can see
you guys, some of you might already know this, but in case you don't, we're actually kind of partnered with Eden Brothers a little bit. I mean, not really super partners, but they have a coupon available for our audience. So you can actually save 15% off your entire order. So what I'm going to do is just drop Eden Brothers link in here so you have this. Yes. And then I'll tell you, let's see. Here, so there's the link, and then at checkout, I'm just typing this in here. Use the code SPOKEN. It's literally just spoken. So when you go to checkout, you'll have an area for a coupon code. You'll type in just SPOKEN. It's just SPOKEN, and that'll get you 15% off your whole order. And, you know, from our standpoint, from our way of thinking, that takes care of tax and then some. It does. So that's super awesome. And you guys, we don't get any kickback on that or anything. That's literally just a coupon for you guys. So if you're ready to go, Sherry's heading to Eden Brothers after this. We just want to load you guys up with as many coupons as we can find. So yeah, get those plants. Get those plants. So again, at checkout at Eden Brothers, there's a little box. It's kind of towards the top of the screen, and it just says coupon code. Just type in SPOKEN. Just one word, and then you'll see that pop up. And if it doesn't work for some reason, let us know and we'll fix it. Yeah, we'll get a hold of them and we'll make sure it works. Yeah, I wish we had that with Botanical, but Interest, which is our other favorite seed company. And they're coming up here in the next slide. Yep, they are. So we actually have some seeds to show you that we have. Yeah, so moving into Botanical Interest. This is crazy. So Botanical Interest went the extra mile, and they're a great company anyway. Great seeds. And so they went the extra mile. They have a moon garden collection. Yeah. And they have, I think is it 5, 7 plants total? Maybe a little bit more. I think it's 7. 7 different plants. It's 7 different plants. They're all grouped together in a collection that you can just buy the collection. And you can get the whole collection, and it's all these seeds. You grow them. You have your collection of a moon garden. And so here we'll put that up. I think that's next year. Let's check that out. There we go. Okay. This is fun, you guys. We actually you might have just said this. We bought this. I didn't say that yet. Last year, and we grew most of this. And I mentioned we weren't able to grow the moonflower because we didn't really have anywhere to put it. So, and those of you joining in, I just pinned the Eden Brothers link up the top of the chat, so you can find it easily. Nice job. Because some Home Fashion Soccer Mom. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. So back to the moon garden collection, you guys can see there's just an awesome assortment of plants, and there's some climbing plants. There's you can see there's the sunflower on the far right, vanilla ice. Ice. That was beautiful in our garden, you guys. That is such a gorgeous plant. And of course, there's Dusty Miller that we were just talking about. Which, yeah, they sell it, the Silver Dust by Seed. It's an online exclusive, which means they sell it just. They have it here for you. Okay, I think actually out of this whole mix, this is kind of silly, but I think my favorite plant last year that we grew out of this mix was the Kilimanjaro White Marigold. That was beautiful. It was gorgeous, and it was just prolific. Yep. I mean, one seed just produced this huge plant with multiple blooms, and it bloomed all the way through the fall. Yeah, it bloomed all summer, you guys. It was beautiful. Yeah, I don't think did we grow the vanilla ice? Oh, yes, we did. Okay, I can't remember. Yeah, we liked that a lot. It got very tall and just beautiful white. Well, actually, it's not even white. It's more of it's like a creamy yellow. Yeah. A vanilla color. But I mean, it's a moonflower. It's gonna glow in the dark when you get that moon, that full moon or that moon light on it. It's beautiful. So you guys, another plant in the mix is Alyssum, which for us in our zone, that's actually a perennial. So some of these plants in this mix are perennials, which is cool. It's kind of an equal mix. And it could be a perennial where you live too. I hope so, yeah. It could be, yeah. So that's a fun one because you can trail it or you can line a border with it. You could create, like, for those of us that are kind of into the grouping of the moon garden flowers, you could look at this whole pack and just create like a little patch of like everything. Yeah. You'd have to have a little vertical because like moonflower doesn't need to climb. That's a climber. But everything else is like either a low grower like Alyssum or really tall, the sunflower, but everything else is kind of in the middle. And see, and this is so cool. Botanical Interest, this is what I was talking about. Botanical Interest went the extra mile, sought out and put these different plants together because like Allison said, they have their different height ranges. Some are climbers, some are spreaders, some just grow.
And I mean, this is a great mix.
I love this mix.
Of just moonflowers to get and put all together. I mean, that's why botanical interests put them together. You can grow all these together. They're gonna fit well together, and they all need the same, you know, level of light, water, and, you know, the soil. So that's why they work so well together. And they all glow in the dark.
I know that. And okay, so like, again, my goal is to kind of put these more together, you know, in a grouping. But I want to plant a lot more Dusty Miller around the yard.
I think patches of Dusty Miller everywhere would be really cool.
I really like that because it is a partial shade. One thing I appreciated about this collection is that part of it was, it includes some plants that do take partial shade, and then some are just straight up full sun. Yeah,
but also Dusty Miller will take full sun in certain climates as long as it's not too intense.
That's true.
So, I mean, that's why these are still just a great mix of plants to put together. And even, you know, even if you don't have a specific spot that just is full sun or just is full shade, you might have, like a lot of us, you might have a certain area of your garden or your whole garden that has shade and sun all in the same area. It just depends on what time of day it is. And therefore, again, this mix works really well.
I know, I think.
So, because each one of these plants has a little bit, just a little tiny difference to it.
Yeah, you know, these are just, again, we're just kind of just brainstorming here with you, you know, kind of idea sharing, because there's so many options. And I love, there's some great things in the chat. So Kim Matlock again, hi, I'm so glad you're here. Her moon garden is in a totally shaded area. So that's cool,
wow.
Right?
Okay.
So being able to kind of limit it to those plants that are able to grow and thrive in shade, but also have that, plus having that white in that shaded area just really would make things pop.
Oh yeah, it would add so much color to it. Yeah, totally.
That's kind of what we're trying to turn one little area of our garden into, is kind of have more like brightness to it.
We've got a total shade area, and it's like, how are we going to brighten this up? Well, we got to bring light green colored leaves and really bright flowers to the area, and that'll just make it pop.
I love that. Yeah. So she said she's a little limited on what she can use, but she planted some Pieris bushes, which is awesome.
Ooh, pretty.
White and green edged, or white green edged caladiums, white impatiens, and lily of the valley. That sounds beautiful.
Oh my God.
So thank you for sharing that and letting us know what you had there.
Totally.
And she mentioned lamb's ear as a great option.
Oh yeah, lamb's ear. We can grow that here.
Fuzzy.
Oh man, talk about sensory. Yeah.
That's a great one. I'm also thinking, so some of these could be more full sun, but white coneflowers, I think would, you know, that's so you're going after the white color, not necessarily a flower that opens at night, right?
Well, it can be both.
So it stays open at night. So it could feed pollinators at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and Lenten Rose is another one that was Kim mentioned too.
Pretty, yeah, totally.
So really great ideas, you guys. What else can you think of? I mean, I'm thinking of all kinds of white flowers right now. Gray, silver. I just think silver foliage or even a gray foliage on a plant is just so beautiful because it's so unique. Yeah. That's why I know we keep going back to Dusty Miller, but it's such a cool plant.
Yeah, and even seasonally, a lot of the plants that we've been talking about here, they flower or have foliage that goes for a very long time. It goes through, you know, starts in spring maybe and goes all the way through summer. Well, there's plants that seasonally bloom white flowers that have white flowers. We have a cherry tree out here covered in white.
It's so pretty.
Covered in white flowers. We have, there's rhododendrons. There's azaleas that you can get with white flowers. That would be beautiful too. You're only going to see those during certain times of the year, not throughout a whole season, but, you know, that would be cool.
That would be really cool.
That'd be fun. Yeah. So
I know my brain's spinning right now. I'm wondering if you guys are kind of planning like, okay, where could I put, you know, either a grouping of these types of, you know, plants and whatever parameters you need, you know, full sun, partial shade, full shade, you know, or do you want a container or maybe a little grouping of 3 containers with different, that could be your moon garden, right? Or maybe along a pathway or a walkway. I love that idea that was mentioned earlier about it, lining a pathway and you come home at night and it's just like bright.
That would be
bright
so
white
awesome.
Or silver.
Yeah.
That'd be so pretty.
You know, and guys too, we're talking about a lot of these plants from the standpoint of plant a lot of them, you got this big area, or put them everywhere. You don't need to have, like we were saying before, you don't need to have a huge area or even a garden per se, or a yard per se, to have a moon garden. You can have one pot. It can be small, it can be big. All you need to do for a moon garden really is have 1 or 2 plants in that pot, and you know, with that that bright foliage, that white foliage, or the bright white flowers, and you got a moon garden.
I know, that
it just takes one plant, really. It could be two, it could be so many, but if it's just all in one pot, you could have one big pot on your balcony or deck or in the front entrance to your home. There's your moon garden.
There's your moon garden. As long, and I think one thing we haven't mentioned, but this goes without saying, just making sure that all the plants are compatible.
Yeah.
You know, and that they have the same growing needs. Because if you put plants together that don't, you know, one's like doesn't need a lot of water and the other one needs a lot of water, but you put them in the same container, you're not going to have good results.
Yep.
So just being mindful of the growing conditions, right?
Definitely.
And sun needs, of course.
Oh yeah.
But now there was a really cool plant mentioned, and I know Jay Harrison commented too, because I was thinking the same thing. Delphina mentioned a plant called lavender cotton, and it has pretty silver foliage.
Ooh, I have to check that out.
I have to look that up now. I know, I'm not familiar with that.
Lavender cotton.
Is that a lavender plant? Or no, it's, I'm not even sure.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
We'll have to look that up.
We're going to look it up. Thank you for that suggestion. Woohoo.
One new plant. So I brought our seeds. Yeah, we wanted to show you. Here's our moon garden collection. So all the ones we showed you. And then we're growing polar bear zinnia seeds this year. And this is from, these are Baker Creek.
Yeah, I can't wait
to
see these.
So white zinnias, kind of similar to the ones that were on the Eden Brothers.
Should I pull it up?
Oh, no.
You sure? Okay.
The slide we already showed you, but the Lilliputs are the ones I'm interested in, though, so we might have to get
I want to see these, though. I mean, polar bear white. Woohoo!
I mean, we have a lot of Shasta daisies around the yard, so speaking of white.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. White flowers are cool, especially when you have, like we said, shaded areas that are just dark.
Yeah, they can add so much.
Want to brighten them up.
Yeah, totally.
So I think sky's the limit for you and your design, and just what space you have available, and then what kind of plants you like, and what are you looking for? I mean, I think it would be cool to have a lot of plants that open at night, just because that's so different and unusual.
It would, yeah.
So finding a mix of those kinds of plants and then things that glow at night, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, and your personal wants and desires too in this. I mean, you make sure to factor that in. What do you want? What's going to make you happy? You know, we're throwing out a lot of ideas here, but everybody's got their way of looking at their garden and what they're going to enjoy and how they want to use it. And so make sure to wrap that in there too.
I know, and yeah, I love that.
Yeah, awesome.
A couple things came up in the chat. You guys have been, this has been a lot of fun today. I feel like I'm having trouble keeping up. Okay, so Home Fashion Soccer Mom said Easter lilies and white daisies in their garden.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Oh, so beautiful. So I'm assuming the Easter lilies are white.
Yeah, I would think so.
So that sounds beautiful. Dana, I love this idea, and I'm actually going to throw this out to everybody because this is awesome. She mentioned, how about have everybody send us pictures of what they're growing and like email them to us, and we could maybe make those on the slides so we could all share each other's.
Really great idea. Yeah.
So if you guys want to take us up on, or take Dana up on that, I love that idea, Dana. If you guys want to take either a picture of your moon garden or anything you're just growing right now, you want to show it all of us, email us a picture or even a couple pictures to Sean and Allison at spokengarden.com, and I'll put that in the chat.
Yeah.
And we would love to see those. We can put them on a slide and show everybody next Saturday.
Yeah, let's do 2 pictures.
I love that.
If you can do up to 2 pictures, one's great, 2 would be fine too.
No more than 2.
Yeah, okay. we don't want to overload the system. But yeah, that's a great. Wow,
I love that idea.
That's a great idea.
Thank
yeah,
you
let's
for
put
that.
together a collage and let's share all these plants. That'd
that
be
way
awesome.
we can we can see what you guys are doing.
Woohoo.
I mean, we'd love to. Yeah, we'd love to see that. So I put our email address there if you want to copy and save that for later. Email us anytime. We'll keep kind of a collection of those and see if we can get that going. You know, so we can get some pictures.
Yeah, maybe we can put it together in the next
really
week
fun.
Or
definitely by next
week
Saturday.
or 2. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
So you guys, let's see. Delphina, Andrea said she tried to sprout some lavender cotton seeds this year and didn't have any success. I'm dying to know what lavender cotton is. Yeah. I'm so excited to look this up.
We're going to look it up.
So thank you guys for sharing.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, you guys, next week we are going to be talking about how to attract more hummingbirds.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's kind of next week's theme. We'll talk about plants and colors, because I don't know, it's just cool to think like certain pollinators are actually attracted to certain colors more than others.
And flower shapes.
Exactly, that's cool.
Yep. And not only for certain pollinators like hummingbirds, and we're going to talk about this more later next week, but not only are the plants important, but there's other things important to make sure that they have while they're in your garden. So we'll cover all that next week.
I know.
But fun, awesome topic. Yeah, I can't wait. yeah, we've got all these planned out. It's going to be fun.
I know. We're actually, I'm like, high five.
High five.
We planned out through the end of May.
Boom.
On our live topics. So if you guys go to our, you know, just like our our Spoken Garden channel and see the upcoming video or the lives, you can see all the topics we're going to talk about through the end of May.
Yeah.
So if you have any suggestions or pictures to send in regarding any of those, go ahead and email us.
Yep, Sean and Alyssum.
That would be fun.
Sean and Alyssum at spokengarden.com.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
Yeah, we'll feature them in the slides.
I know, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
So we have a couple more slides. I don't know if, I know we're keeping you guys kind of long, and I love all of these comments and questions and interactions. You guys have been awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's been really fun today. I know we're all kind of jazzed up to go look at that Clary White Sage on Eden Brothers, and we're going to look up the lavender cotton seeds.
Lavender cotton.
Got to find all this. Yep. So like we said earlier, we'll just end with a couple quick things. So we wrapped up our 365th video, daily video. Yep. Our series took a really fun turn. We started with we called our series the Quarantine Gardeners. And that's how we launched YouTube. We kind of had a couple videos.
Yeah, but we were under quarantine and we wanted to do our part to help everybody out here, all you guys. We wanted to help with gardening and make sure you knew that you weren't alone.
Yeah.
You know, make sure that you had some type of support, at least in your garden, and we were here. So that's where we started from.
It was so important for us as well, just to kind of just be productive and keep our hands and minds busy. And that's kind of how we got going. And then it would turn into a daily video. I mean, we planned on it being a daily video, but then it turned into, okay, we're not really quarantined anymore by about June or July. And then we decided to change the name to Spoken Garden Daily. And then we just kept numbering, and we made a whole year of video.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Really cool, you guys. So we had a couple videos in the past week that we wanted to share with you.
Yep.
Our filming schedule was kind of low last week because I think we kind of just were winding down.
Yeah, we knew the 365th episode was coming, so it's kind of like, well, should we slow down a little bit? Well, I don't know. Do you want to do this? Well, we're getting to the end. But so we were able to produce 3 different videos, and so we definitely did a Monday short there, tips for the best raised garden bed locations. That was fun to make.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was rapid fire fun. And then we made another video, planting a tropical container for partial shade.
Oh my gosh.
And that was with our oak leaf acanthus.
Oh my gosh, you guys,
beautiful
we should
plant.
Have brought a picture of that. It is gorgeous.
If you're not familiar with that, go check that episode out because it's a crazy, amazing, awesome plant.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And then there was our final episode for the dailies. And we did a garden tour around our garden here, showing updates to different projects, things in bloom. And then we started the book giveaway, which is still going. That's still going, guys.
So we, some of you follow us on Instagram, which we love because we're able to see some of your photos too. We are running a book contest on Instagram currently, but we just launched one on YouTube.
Yep.
So we're actually giving 2 of our brand new books away. These aren't even out yet. They're not released until April 27th. So about a week and a half.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep, I know. It's coming up.
Holy crap.
It's almost here.
So we're giving 2 books away on Instagram and 2 more books away on YouTube. So 4 lucky winners, 2 different contests.
And you can enter into both contests.
Yes.
Yeah, so go ahead and do that. Don't be afraid to enter in just one or the other. Enter into both. So
yeah, I'm glad you said that. Yeah. The Instagram contest actually ends tomorrow night, and the YouTube contest ends Monday night. They're kind of staggered by one day because we hadn't filmed that one yet. So go and enter.
Yep.
We'd love to get this book in your hands.
And that was, just so you know, that was for the YouTube, for this channel's, what do you call it, giveaway for this. Yeah. That was episode, that was daily 365. That's where we started this. That's where you need to go to enter the contest in the comments down below. Follow the directions, but just get on that contest.
That was one of our longer videos in a while.
It
ended
really
up
long.
being really long.
Well, we had a lot to show you guys.
We had a lot to say.
That too, yeah.
Which, you know.
Yeah. So
so that was fun.
Yeah, that was really cool, you guys.
So
I think what's growing, we need to show everything that's
growing.
growing. Yeah, so hey guys, look, we got all this stuff growing and flowering in our garden. And we know you guys do too.
And this is why hopefully you're going to send us some photos so we can all see next week.
I know, that'll be fun.
So we're tulip mania right now. Last week we showed you all our daffodils, and we still have more popping up. But this week it's all about the tulips.
Yeah, you know, the last couple of weeks our tulips have been edging up, growing, edging up, and then we had all this warm, dry weather, and all of a sudden our tulips just exploded. They just, like within a day, they just all started blooming. And we just still can't get over it. It's so beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so that's that whole top row of plants you see right there. That's from the front yard there. Maybe a couple in the back there, but yeah, just all different kinds. Yeah, and then on the bottom of the screen there in the backyard, there's one of our candy tufts. It's in full bloom, and the blooms are huge right now. I can't remember the last time I saw that candy tuft with the blooms so big and beautiful.
They're big.
Yeah.
So, talking about a moon garden, that's a great option too.
Yeah, totally.
Candy tuft, which
that should have made our list.
Prefers full sun, but can take a little bit of partial shade.
Yeah, and then we've got our Paracallis there. And boy, that's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I
now
love it.
It's flowering right now, guys, because it's usually a summer flower, but it's flowering right now because we went to our local nursery, Watson's Nursery, and they got them from their supplier, and they forced them to bloom so they could sell more of them, of course. But they're just beautiful.
I know this one's kind of a cheat because it's not technically. I mean, it's growing in our yard, but it's it was forced.
It was forced. So,
but that's okay.
Yeah, and then on the lower right-hand side there, you can see that's our vertical wall hanger from Garai that we planted and made a video about earlier. And there's all sorts of plants in there with the pansies and the alyssum, and there's even some basil and I think sage in the middle there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells amazing.
Yeah, just gorgeous.
It's really we're so excited every day. We're keep going out and trying these or checking these because it's they're just exploding.
Yeah, every day they grow so much more, and it's just like wow, it's fun to track it and see it.
It really is.
So yeah, you guys.
So yeah, what's growing in your garden?
Yeah.
We know there's been a lot of chat going on, so thank you again.
Awesome.
So wanted to say good morning to Connie Graham.
Oh,
hi
Connie.
there. Thank you for joining us. I don't know if we've seen your name in our chat yet. So
yeah, thanks for being here.
Welcome to our awesome community of plant enablers.
Plant enablers.
Welcome to the club. And of course, Home Fashion Soccer Mom. This is the first time I think we've seen your name too.
Totally.
So we're really happy you're here.
Thank you for being here.
So Real Jingy said he got the prizes, the clippers and the folding saw that he won.
Woohoo!
He says he loves the foldy saw, and when he clicks it open, it immediately feels like he's ready for anything.
Right?
Right?
That thing is big.
It just has this feel
huge.
to it.
Watch out, it's sharp. I've cut myself a couple times on the knuckles, not paying attention there, and it just has to graze. It doesn't even have to really hit you. So watch out, they're sharp.
I know, it's kind of like click and go. You know, you kind of like, you just feel like you're ready. I love that.
It's awesome.
So we're so happy that you got those, that you won those. It's so fun because a lot of you in our chat right now have won a lot of our contests and giveaways. So
totally.
We love hearing back from you how those products are working and just how how you're using them around.
Yeah, what you're using them for.
So that's so fun. Yeah. Let's see. Connie said she's growing white. Sorry, let me read this. White Purity Cosmos this year, and. Ooh. I believe I read earlier that you said you grew Nicotiana Indian peace pipe from Botanical Interest last summer, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're so excited about that as well.
Cool.
So that's so beautiful.
Yeah. Right on, you guys. Wow.
Yeah. So there's just a lot. Home Fashion Soccer Moms in New York and says nothing is really growing yet, I think is what you're saying, but perennials. Oh, perennials just started growing.
Awesome.
So
right on.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, this has been, we've probably kept you here a little.
Yeah, we've gone over a little bit, but hey,
we like to
it's
chat.
been fun, and we're enabling each other to talk more about plants and to develop all of our gardening styles and skills. So
we've learned so much from you guys just alone. We really appreciate it. I'm still picturing. Jay Harrison earlier was talking about the red impatient seeds that she planted along a walkway with the caladiums on the other side. Yep. Oh, we have a lot of caladiums to plant.
Yes, we do.
We're looking for kind of we know where some of them are going to go, but I still picture I want kind of a border of caladiums, but also I want like a big container full of them, in a couple different spots around the yard. I think that'd be really beautiful.
It's all doable.
And you guys, we got our elephant ears order from Eden Brothers. They actually, based on your guys' feedback, we reached out to Eden Brothers and they sent us all of these bulbs to try out in our garden for you guys.
Yeah.
So because you guys really were the ones that were the driving force. We wanted elephant ears, we want to add them, but we hadn't ordered them yet.
Yeah. We made an ask.
We definitely reached out.
Hey, we've got some great YouTube viewers, great audience members, and they're asking us about these elephant ears. Can you send us some so we can try them and show them to our audience, to you guys? And they did. Growing tips, planting, care, all of it. We're gonna cover it all. Yep. So we have a lot of elephant ear videos planned for you coming up this summer. It's gonna be awesome. We got I believe 5 different types of elephant ears that they offer at Eden Brothers. So we're just like, we want them all. But we didn't get all of them. They have a lot. They have a lot more than 5.
But I think I really am excited about, there's 2 different elephant ears we ordered. One's called White Lava, and it's like a green leaf, but it has like this strain, kind of this white midrib, or
it's beautiful.
Or maybe it's around the edge. Now I forget.
It actually, when it grows, you see a picture of it, and it grows out. It actually looks like white lava. It's beautiful.
So
you can totally see it once you see the plant, and it's mature enough to see that growth.
And Sean and I are obsessed with Maui, Hawaii, because we got married there, and it's just kind of our special, amazing place. We love going to Maui. And there was a elephant ear called Hawaiian Punch. So we're like, well, we have to have that.
Yeah, got to have that one.
Hawaii.
So it's always interesting to get behind why either we're buying plants or why you might be buying plants. What made you think of that? Why did you pursue that specific plant?
I love that.
I know. It's fun.
The stories behind why we spend all our money on plants.
Right.
I know. Right. It's fun. Then you have a story out in your garden everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check into the chat really quick.
Okay.
Home Fashion Soccer Mom loves elephant ears. We're with you. We're so excited. Oh, Kim Matlock said she received her pruners and saw as well, and thank you guys.
Woohoo.
We're so glad you got those.
Put them to good use, Kim.
She said she used both of them yesterday.
Awesome. Right on.
And do you have that click, with the pruning
saw?
Yeah,
like Real Jingy was talking about. Once you click it open, you're ready for anything.
Love that.
That's awesome.
Okay. Oh, Real Jingy, if you need our help with this, let us know. He says he cannot keep his container plants happy. Anything he buys that says drought tolerant, it means it will just be a little longer for me to kill it. Oh.
Come on, buddy. That's not true. Come on, man. Yeah, you got this.
Let us know. We want to hear specific plants and how we can help you. So definitely email us with your questions.
Yeah,
so we can...
and how you got them set up.
Yeah.
Where they're situated versus, where do you have them located versus what are their plant needs? And we can help you with that if you want. And then also, what's your schedule for like watering and deadheading if you're doing any of that? What's going on with that? And we can even get into like some of the finer points of soil and soil water holding capacity and different things going on for setting up the pots. Maybe you've tried some things, maybe you haven't. And so email us.
That'd be great. And Andrea has a really awesome idea that she's trying. She put diapers around. Wait, let me read this.
Really?
She said, it sounds weird, but I put diapers around the bottom of each container to keep it watered enough. That's like a bottom watering technique, right? And that could be...
It's almost like a self-watering concept in a way, I think. That's interesting.
I never would have thought of that. You have to let us know how that goes.
Yeah, totally. That's pretty cool.
It sounds like an awesome experiment.
Yeah.
So definitely keep us posted on that.
Awesome. That's a great idea.
Oh, and Jay Harrison, great tip. Also, terracotta pots definitely dry out faster.
Yes.
I love terracotta, but they do dry out.
But you can get them glazed.
That's true.
You can get them glazed, and with that shine on them. Maybe they're slightly different color than the terracotta look, but they're still clay. That glazed, if they're glazed, it'll hold in the moisture better. So it's something to think about. Yeah. Maybe it fits your garden style, maybe it doesn't, but yeah.
I know, and getting back to terracotta, that's why I think herb plants, a lot of your herbs, they look beautiful in terracotta, and a lot of them are more drought tolerant anyway. So I think that's such a good match.
They're built that way.
They just look so pretty, and just like, I don't know, I just love that look.
Yeah, I know, terracotta's beautiful.
They are, but then you have to be careful because then they don't necessarily overwinter that well. So you have a little
depending on
container maintenance.
Yeah, if you got a lot of moisture during the wintertime and they get moisture soaked, and then the freeze thaw. Water expands as it freezes and then it contracts. Well, if you get that happening over and over again, it basically deteriorates the pot and all those little pores that the water's in, and it just breaks the pot down faster. So yeah, just be aware of that. You might have to protect your pots during the wintertime or wet times of the year when it's cold, but they're still beautiful.
Yeah. We still have comments coming in about elephant ears. We are all excited. I think elephant ears are the new gladiolus bulbs for this group because we love both of them.
They're so unique. They're cool. Fun. I mean, you just don't think of it, but you can grow them in a lot of different places, just not in tropical areas, and that's partially, I think, why they're so fun.
I think so too, and just that tropical look is so popular in the last couple years. Really
popular.
Really last year, and also carrying over into this year. It's actually it was predicted as one of the big garden trends for this year because a lot of us aren't traveling as much right now, obviously. Yeah. So why not make your garden your oasis with tropical plants? And what better than elephant ears?
Bring the tropics to you.
Yeah, there's so many things that can. I mean, we mentioned earlier we planted a tropical container for shade, because it was just the perfect location for this with these plants. We bought this beautiful oak leaf acanthus, and we added hart's tongue fern, and they all just look tropical and beautiful.
Yep, and they're still very unique. There's different textures, and it's beautiful. So,
and they're hardy to our zone. They're
Yep.
partial or to full shade. I mean, there's so many benefits.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not out of the reach of you guys to create a tropical looking garden, even if you don't live in the tropics.
I know. So keep trying. Even if there's things that you're trying out for the first time and they didn't work, try again the following year.
Yep.
Change it up a little bit. You know, I noticed Real Jingy said he's trying some elephant ear bulbs, it sounds like.
Woohoo! All right. Good.
Sorry, I'm a little behind here.
It's all right. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, you guys. I think
awesome.
I've probably missed. Somebody else had mentioned that they bought some at Walmart.
Oh,
the jumbo
wow.
size. I saw that in here.
That's cool.
So yeah, jumbo. We're growing jumbo this year for the first time as well. So we'll have to compare notes on that.
That's great that Walmart had them. That's really cool. I never would have thought to go there and get those. That's awesome.
That's really cool. And what I liked about the jumbo, and this must be similar to the ones this audience member bought. And I'm sorry, I didn't see who it was, but they're it's like an upright jumbo.
Oh,
I think those are the ones we're growing.
That's fun.
They're going to be upright.
So instead of coming like you think of the elephant ears, most of them they come up and they kind of flow out. They kind of these kind of come out. This one goes. That's cool. Wow. Yeah.
So these are specifically supposed to grow straight up. So I'm like, are they going to be sturdy enough to stay up? They must have a really hefty stalk, or are we going to have to stake them?
We might have to stake them because we've been getting a lot of windstorms through here lately, the last couple of years. So
we'll have to find a good spot for those where they're not going to just like get knocked over. Because I would hate for that stem to break. Yeah. They're going to be so top heavy, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We're going to
find out. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
So we'll all keep posting or keep each other, up on how we're growing those and how well they're doing. I guess
we'll support each other.
We will.
Yes.
But I think with that, you guys, we're about an hour and a half in now, so we won't want to keep you guys much longer.
This has been a little bit longer, but it's been awesome. So, I know. It's like out. I need a refill.
This has been a great, really great conversation.
Really great.
So much fun. If you guys have other ideas for us, for example, today we talked about moon gardens, and we've got another type of garden that we're going to talk about next month. But if there's something you would love us to cover and dive deeper into, just email us. Let us know.
Yeah.
We're always up for new ideas and learning about new things.
We want to hear from you guys. That's why we're here. We're here to help you guys become better gardeners, discuss things about plants and gardens. And there's so many different things that go into a garden. So we're just excited to be here with you guys. So yeah, this has been so much fun today. And all our lives are fun anyway. And they just keep getting to be more fun. The fun just keeps increasing.
It really does. And we haven't even really advertised our lives that much. We considered should we, we want to get more people in, but once we do, we won't probably be able to be as authentic with you guys. It'll be hard to keep up.
Oh, no.
We'll make it happen.
We'll still make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah, we'll still make it happen.
But we would love to grow this community and just keep talking about plants and sharing ideas and just, it's so much fun. It just gives me a charge for the rest of the weekend.
Me too.
I'm
just excited to get out my garden now.
I am too.
We hope you guys are too. And, just thanks for being here. This has been fun. So I think with that, we're going to get out into our garden and start
we're all ready to go.
Yeah, I think so.
So moon gardens, report back. Yes. Don't forget to send us some pictures of things growing in your own gardens.
Email us.
And remember to tell us what zone you're in or where you live or some kind of indication of your location.
Totally. Yep. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Have a wonderful weekend.
Have a great day, you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.